briefly introduce Ferdinand Porsche and the origins of the brand, touching on its legacy and influence in both the automotive and racing worlds. Our story begins at the turn of the 20th century, in the quiet town of Maffersdorf, in what is now the Czech Republic. It was here, in 1875, that a boy named Ferdinand Porsche was born. From an early age, Ferdinand was fascinated by engineering. He was a young man who dreamt of creating machines that would change the world. And while his beginnings were humble, his ambitions were anything but. As a teenager, Ferdinand pursued his love of mechanics by working with electricity, even installing a lighting system in his family's home. But it was the world of automobiles that captured his imagination. A world still in its infancy, the future was unwritten, and the possibilities seemed endless. Ferdinand's talent didn't go unnoticed. At just 18, he left home and began working for the Vienna-based electrical firm Bella Egger. He quickly climbed the ranks, but his heart longed for something more, something faster, something groundbreaking. In 1900, he built the world's first electric wheel-hub motor vehicle, the L1 Porsche, which debuted at the Paris Exposition. This vehicle was revolutionary, an electric car long before its time. But Ferdinand wasn't satisfied with just electrics. In the years that followed, he would go on to work for some of the most prestigious automotive companies of the day, Austria-Daimler, Mercedes, and Steyr, to name a few. It was at Austria-Daimler that Porsche began to establish himself as one of the premier automotive engineers in Europe, designing aircraft engines and race cars, winning races and accolades along the way. By the 1920s, Ferdinand Porsche had become a renowned figure in the world of automobile design. But he was never one to be content working under someone else's vision. And so, in 1931, in Stuttgart, Germany, Ferdinand Porsche took the bold step to break away and form his own company, an independent engineering office dedicated to the design and development of vehicles. He called it Dr. ING, HCF Porsche GmbH. In those early years, Porsche's design firm took on a variety of projects, from heavy industrial machinery to motorsports. One of their most notable contracts came from the German government to design a car that would be affordable, reliable, and practical for the average citizen. The result was a project that would become one of the most famous cars in history, the Volkswagen Beetle. But for Ferdinand and his son, Ferry Porsche, this was just the beginning. While the Volkswagen project brought them success, they dreamed of something more, a car that would not just be practical, but truly thrilling to drive. As the world emerged from the darkness of World War II, the Porsche family seized the opportunity to turn their dreams into reality. Ferry Porsche, now at the helm of the company, began to work on a sports car that would embody his father's principles of engineering: lightweight, agile, powered by a rear-mounted engine. In 1948, that vision became a reality with the launch of the Porsche 356. Built in a small workshop in Gmund, Austria, the 356 was more than just a car. It was a statement. It was the first car to bear the Porsche name, and it reflected the culmination of everything Ferdinand and Ferry had learned over decades of designing and engineering automobiles. The sleek body, the precision handling, the undeniable beauty. It was a car that combined the practicality of their earlier designs with the performance and style of a true sports car. The Porsche 356 made its debut at the 1949 Geneva Motor Show, and it quickly garnered attention from enthusiasts and racers alike. It wasn't long before Porsche was making a name for itself in the world of motorsport, with the 356 proving its worth on racetracks across Europe. Ferdinand's vision of combine ing art with engineering, speed with precision, had finally come to life. But perhaps the true genius of the Porsche 356 was that it wasn't just a car for the elite. It was a car that ordinary people could aspire to own and drive. It was a car that spoke to the soul of every enthusiast, offering an experience that was pure and exhilarating. And with it, the Porsche legacy was born. Though Ferdinand Porsche passed away in 1951, his vision endured. The Porsche 356 became the foundation upon which an automotive dynasty would be built. And while the world changed around it, the Porsche spirit, born from a love of engineering, performance, and design, remained steadfast. From the humble beginnings in a small workshop to the birth of an icon, this is the early story of Porsche, a story of innovation, perseverance, and passion for the road. In the world of automotive engineering, there are few names that carry the weight of legend. And among these, one number stands apart: 911. For more than half a century, the Porsche 911 has been the beating heart of Porsche, a symbol of precision, performance, and a design philosophy that has stood the test of time. But to truly understand the Porsche 911, we must go back to the early 1960s, a time when Porsche was riding the wave of success from its first production car, the 356. The 356 had become a beloved icon, but Ferry Porsche and his team knew that to secure the future of the company, they needed to create something even more remarkable, something that could capture the soul of the 356, yet probe the brand into a new era. The task was daunting: how to evolve the Porsche identity while preserving its essence. Ferry's vision was clear: a larger, more powerful car with a design that would LD stand apart from anything else on the road. And so began the creation of the Porsche 901, later renamed the 911 due to trademark issues. In 1963, the Porsche 911 made its debut at the Frankfurt Motor Show. The world was introduced to a car that would change the face of sports car design forever. The 911's sleek, curvaceous body was an immediate attention grabber. But what lay beneath its surface was equally revolutionary. The 911 was unlike anything Porsche had produced before. Its distinctive rear-mounted, air-cooled, flat-six engine gave it a unique balance and performance edge, while the lightweight body made for nimble handling. This was a car designed not just for the racetrack, but for the everyday driver who sought an extraordinary driving experience. The 911 offered unparalleled control, precision, and most importantly, speed. It didn't take long for the 911 to make its mark in motorsport. From rallying to endurance racing, the 911 proved its mettle, becoming a fixture on the podium at some of the world's most prestigious events. Its success on the track solidified its reputation as a performance icon, but the 911 was far more than just a race car. What set the 911 apart was its versatility. This was a car that could be driven to the office during the week and then taken to the racetrack on the weekend. The design was elegant, yet practical. It was powerful, yet easy to handle. It was a car that could be driven by anyone, yet made you feel like a racing driver every time you got behind the wheel. As the decades passed, the Porsche 911 continued to evolve, but always remained true to its original DNA. In 1966, Porsche introduced the 911 Targa, a unique half-convertible model that offered open-air driving with the safety of a roll bar, a first in automotive design. In the 1970s, the 911 Carrera RS emerged, a lightweight, high-performance variant that became one of the most sought-after models among enthusiasts. Each new iteration of the 911 built on the foundation laid by the original. The car grew more powerful, more advanced, yet never lost its identity. Whether it was the introduction of turbocharging in the 1970s with the 911 Turbo or the move to water-cooled engines in the late 1990s, Porsche remained committed to pushing the boundaries of performance and engineering while staying true to the 911 foot core principles. By the early 21st century, the Porsche 911 had become more than just a car. It was an icon. Its distinctive silhouette had remained largely unchanged, a testament to the brilliance of the original design. But under the hood, the 911 continued to evolve, embracing cutting-edge technology to deliver unparalleled performance on both the road and the racetrack. Today, the Porsche 911 competes at the highest levels of motorsport, just as it did in its earliest days. From Le Mans to Nürburgring, the 911 remains a force to be reckoned with, carrying on the legacy of Porsche's racing heritage. But perhaps what is most remarkable about the 911 is its ability to bridge generations. It is a car that has remained relevant, beloved by both seasoned enthusiasts and new drivers alike. With each new generation, the 911 continues to capture the hearts and minds of those who appreciate the art of driving, blending cutting-edge technology with timeless design. The Porsche 911 is not just a machine. It is a symbol of aspiration, a testament to the power of persistence and the pursuit of perfection. It is a car that unites people from all walks of life, a community bonded by their love for driving and their admiration for a car that has remained an icon for over 60 years. From its humble beginnings in the hands of Ferry Porsche to its status as a global phenomenon, the Porsche 911 is a reminder that true greatness is built not just on innovation, but on the unwavering commitment to a vision. A vision that began with a simple question: what if we could build the perfect sports car? And with every generation, the answer to that question becomes clearer. The Porsche 911 remains not just a car, but a living, breathing legend, a symbol of what possible when passion, performance, and design come together in perfect harmony. For decades, Porsche has been synonymous with precision engineering and pure driving pleasure. But behind the sleek lines and roaring engines lies something more: a relentless drive for innovation. Porsche's story is not just one heritage and tradition. It is one of bold experimentation, technological breakthroughs, and fearless expansion into new territories. From its earliest days, Porsche embraced the challenge of pushing the boundaries of what a car could be. It began with the 356 and continued with the 911, but Porsche's story of innovation goes far beyond these iconic models. At its core, Porsche has always been a company unafraid to look toward the future, to explore new technologies, materials, and engineering philosophies in pursuit of perfection. As the automotive industry evolved, so too did Porsche. The company knew that to stay ahead of the curve, it couldn't simply rest on its laurels. With each passing decade, Porsche embraced new challenges, from aerodynamics to fuel efficiency, from lightweight materials to electric powertrains. But Porsche's innovation wasn't just confined to the racetrack. It extended to the everyday driver. In the mid-1990s, Porsche took a bold step with the introduction of the Porsche Boxster. The Boxster marked a departure from the traditional Porsche formula, an affordable, mid-engine roadster designed to appeal to a broader audience. With its open-top design and balanced handling, the Boxster was a hit, helping to rejuvenate the brand and attract a new generation of Porsche enthusiasts.